First of all, Marcus Bagwell. This is for a movie called Four to Go, and I'm answering some questions for the staff. Here we go.
What's your character name?
My character's name is Tank.
Give us a brief overview.
Tank's a real badass, hardened criminal. I mean, got a rap sheet that's really, really bad, from children, molesting children to raping to everything. He's a real badass, and he's, somebody you don't want to mess with.
What can you tell people about your character from the movie? Which you just kind of did.
I just kind of did. But what I can tell people about my character is he's, definitely in prison. He, he's a badass and knows there's no, getting out. So, comes a possible chance to get out with a prison break, and that's kind of what it ends up being. So.
What was your favorite scene from the movie?
Speaking of prison, the prison scene, because you're sitting there right there with guys that really are in prison, and you're having to play the role, and you're literally 3 feet away from guys in bars that are asking questions and stuff, and it was pretty deep to actually be on prison grounds shooting the free throws and everything, because we shoot. That's how the movie starts. We're at prison, so yeah, the prison scene day was great.
Walk the viewer through a day in the life of making this movie.
The day in life of making this movie is you're up, you shot, you rinse off, you throw something real simple on, like a pair of shorts and a shirt. You step out of your trailer straight into a really, not a golf cart, but one of those four-wheeler kind of things. I think they're called gators or something like that, but a golf cart with 4 wheels. I mean, with 4 mud tires on it. But anyway, you hop into one of those. You go straight to hair and makeup. You go straight from there to I say hair and makeup. You go to hair and makeup first, then you hop in another gator, and you go to wardrobe. You put your outfit on, and you go hop another gator, and you go straight to the scene. So it really is cool how they do that.
How long of a day was that?
14-hour days, man. Maybe some 16, 18-hour days. They get it in. They get it in.
How do you personally relate to your character in the movie?
Oh, I've been in and out of trouble my whole life, from simple. I don't have any felonies or anything like that, but I've been in a lot of fights, and I was raised in a really rough family, and we had a name we kept, and whether it was on purpose or not, but it was a name that was, had a little trouble with it, and we had money too, and that always, causes a problem in small towns, and so we had our bit of trouble. So playing the part of a criminal behind bars was, it wasn't too difficult to adapt to it.
Tell us your favorite story from the production.
I think the favorite story is the dogs, the actual area we shoot the movie in. It's unbelievable. I mean, you've got these dogs that are running around that there's no way they're going to stay out of trouble. I mean, out of not in the camera shot, camera scene. There's always going to be a dog somewhere. And for some reason, it's like controlled chaos. It's like these dogs are just walking around. It's the greatest feeling. And they're all great dogs. And so the dogs is, to me, the best part of the whole thing.
What aspect of the film do you think will connect most with the audience?
I think everybody in their family, at a high percentage, has had somebody at least they know in their family that has had some trouble with the law. And I think everybody can relate to being scared of going to prison. So just the fact that it's, about a prison break, that's interesting. And people can relate to people that are in trouble, maybe not molesting and raping, but still somebody that's behind bars. And so I think people are going to relate to it because it's a prison break. It's exciting, and it's also at the same time very I think close to home in a lot of families where sons and nephews and things have been in trouble in every family.
What was your favorite thing about being in or filming in location?
My favorite thing about being, on location was very simple. It was simple. It was easy. Like I just said, hair, makeup, You go get wardrobe, or they run it over to you. Food's right there, everything's right there, so everything's all in one. It's just John Snyder's done a great job. I mean, fantastic job. Him and Alicia both have done fantastic to make it a very, very great, experience.
How was the process of filming at the studio as opposed to other locations?
I've only done a few films, so I don't really know the other studio compared to this. But I do know TV enough to know that it can't be done much better and easier than this. I mean, I know movies, and I know TV, I know cameras, and even John said, to me personally, he'd much rather have somebody that knows a little bit about cameras and nothing about acting, that's willing to listen like I was, compared to somebody that's done all these acting lessons, that's never been in front of a camera, that don't listen. And so we had a great time working together. I'm a great listener. I'm the first one to say I did it wrong. Please show me how to make it better. And John loves teaching, and he did a great job with that. So.
Well, you sort of already answered the next question, so I'm going to go to the next one. How did you utilize the space at the studio?
I don't. That question I'm not real sure again because of the studio. I don't know the studio exactly what it is. I just we were in a really nice trailer. There's a mess hall that's always loaded with food. There's a place to work out. It's just I utilized it, just to adapt to my comfort level, and I have a pretty high level for that, and it definitely met my needs. So it's a good shot. It's a good place.
Go into detail about the team behind the film and what made it so special.
Everybody's on the same page. That's really hard to do, to find a team that really is all working for one thing. I remember I got a thing on day 3, and it said day 3 of day 11. And I said, and I remember laughing, going, right, like this is really going to be, day 11 of day 11, and we're finished. And that's exactly what happened on day 11.